everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to this card making project for Craft Stash. In this project we're going to make a gorgeous card and I'm going to be using one of the creative stencils. Now this is a range of 8 that has been created and designed by Vicky Wellesby. The A6 size stencils, they're good quality at an economical and great price basically. They're easy to use, they're very versatile. You can use them with your ink, your paints, your chalks, your spray misters, your pastes. You can even run them through your die cutting machine using a soft embossing mat to get a very light textured paper. So personally I think that the quality at a great price that you just need to have in your stash. And I want to show you how I'm going to use it. So I'm just going to put it to one side for now while we build the card up. So the first thing that I've got is a 7x5 inch white card, and this is a landscape opening card. So I'm going to be looking at making the front of the card. So the first thing that I've got is I've cut a layer for the base of my card. Now I've been really economical with it because I've taken the middle out of it because it's going to be covered up, so I don't really need the middle in the card, as it were, so I can save that for a different project. This paper is from the Dovecraft range and it's from Forget-me-knot. So I've got double-sided tape on the back of it and I'm simply going to peel that away, and we can add that as our first layer. Oops. And there we go. Add that to the front of the card. There we go. Now my next layer is a plain blue piece of light cardstock, and peel the back of the tape away. Now you can see how the aperture I've cut in the base layer is covered over, and nobody would ever know that you've been economical with it. So I'm just going to put this to one side for now because we're going to concentrate on using our stencil. I've cut a piece of white card and I've already stamped it with the words "Watch the flowers grow." I've used a piece of artist masking paper and using labels 20, I've cut out a mask and it's simply placed over the top of our stamped sentiment. Now you can use a post-it note, you could use a piece of light copier paper with your quickie glue pen, leave it to go tacky, and then you can use that over it. So I'm going to position my stencil over the top of my card layer, and I'm not going to take care about it. However, I am going to mask it down. When I say I'm not going to take care about where I'm positioning it, I'm going to also ink the edges after we've taken the stencil away. So if the stencil is too small or too big for my card, that doesn't really matter because we're going to have fun with the edges as well. So I'm just simply going to use a little bit of masking tape for the edges, just so it will hold it in place. Now the inks I'm going to use are warm lipstick, scattered straw, and spun sugar. Now I'm going to start with spun sugar, and I'm simply going to take a blending tool and tap it into the ink, and then I'm going to go straight onto my stencil, and using swirling motions I'm just going to simply get some ink onto the card. If you've got any kind of dexterity problem, you can try stamping it in as if you were stenciling on the wall. It's just the case of getting ink onto the card, however you feel comfortable doing, like so. And I'm not taking care about where I'm putting it because I want it to be random and I just want the pattern to be picked up with the ink. I've started with the lightest colour because you can always go darker, you can't always go lighter. So we're just working our way around the stencil, like so. There we go. So next I'm going to move on to warm lipstick. And again, just adding the colour. Now this one is a lot darker than the Spun Sugar. And just blend it in, working our way around like that. There we go. And then the last colour that I'm using is the Scattered Straw. And straight in with the colour. There we go. I'm not worrying about the edges, as I say, because we're going to do something a little bit different with those to bring the colour in. And I think that is just about how I want it to be. So next, what we can do is just finish our card off with the edges and remove our stencil, and hopefully it's picked up the nice pattern. It has, looking great. Now this is the time where you'll go wash your stencil. If you've used a texture paste, wash it fairly straight away because it will harden. Basically the paste will go hard. Now some stencils it would ruin if you can't get the texture paste off fairly straight away in hot soapy water. This is just ink, so you can use a wet wipe, anything like that, piece of kitchen towel, damp, or you can wash it. It won't affect the quality of the stencil. So this is our card. We've still got our mask on, but we're just going to go around the edge of it now, and I'm using my inking mat because I want to just bring the colour in slightly. I'm going to start with the Scattered Straw, and I'm just gently going around the edge of our card, like so, just to give it a little bit of colour, so the pattern, it sort of merges in with the pattern. There we go. And then I'm just going to introduce another colour, which is the Weathered Wood, because I just want a touch of blue on it, just on the edges, and very lightly, because it's a darker colour, just enhances the edge with it being white card, like so. There we go. And if you've got lots of time, if you've got lots of different inks, you can keep going until you're perfectly happy. This is the warm lipstick, and I think sometimes when you're inking, it's knowing when to stop. And I'm going to call it today there, because I'm happy that I've got my edges covered, I've got the colour on that I want. So now I can remove the mask, and I've got a good strong sentiment on the front without the stencil pattern, so it makes the actual sentiment stand out. And then I can add this to my card that we've already prepared. So I'm just going to use a little bit of tape just to add this. There we go. And pop that on with the top layer. And then I've just got a little pink bow to finish it off at one side, and that is my card finished. So it's a pretty card. It gives a great stencil pattern, tones in with everything else that we've used on the card, easy and quick, and just fun to do. So thank you for watching. Please check out the description for the items that I've used. Check the Craft Stash website for the other videos that are available. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.